Okay. Welcome back, guys. If you watched my last video, you saw that I finished up Kylong Plains. We're now in the Fens of Nathsar. I just picked up a quest from this NPC, the Assistant Veal, which once completed gives me 1,000 points towards Rilis, which is one of the factions that you have to kind of build up to, so you can actually go into the towns, pick up more quests. We have a couple quests already. Looking at the map, you can see the shaded blue. There's obviously a lot of creatures that have to fight here. Same with this little section over here. There's this little blue dot. This is for that new land, new profit. So the crazy thing is, obviously I can't just, I have to be careful because the Rilistian and, you know, sentries are aggro because I haven't built that faction up yet. Same with Bathicids, the Outriders aggro, so you can actually build faction with the Watch by doing quests as well. So that's what comes across the tricky part when doing the new lands, new profit, is you have these heroic ones. So we're gonna hold off on that particular quest, the new lands, new profit, to try and make it to this little provisioning thing. Best way to build factions for the Watch is to actually fight the Yali that is down in this little section here by the ocean or lake, or it's a lake pretty much. That helps build that faction up. So what I like to do is, as I'm fighting the creatures that I need here, trying to avoid these Outriders, so that way I'm not getting negative points when I fight them. I can start heading down to the lake, fight the Yali to get enough faction to where the Outriders or the Watch will no longer aggro. So we'll go ahead and get started, make our way down. Now the cool thing about Kylong Plains and pretty much any of them here is the names are usually up quite often. So you'll probably see one or two that I'll come across, and of course I'll fight them because they drop equipment, whether or not, you know, I need it. You know, it's always good to sell. So I have several quests where I have to fight the Tuskers, these Stonebeak, and the baby Stumblers. They'll be knocked out quite a few quests just by fighting them. So you can see Purple Quill is the named Stonebeak. Just gonna use bow and arrow so I don't have to fight that Outrider that's kind of roaming around the area too. Unfortunately, the named creatures that don't drop from them. Either helps out your character, or it could help out a potential character that you have that might have it fight sure just from... Alright, so these stone beaks don't count because obviously you can see that there's no feather on them. So we're gonna kind of make our way back up. The component that I needed. Looks like it's helps. So come back for this den here. Yeah, it looks like I just needed to kind of get more pelts. I mean, I'm super close to getting to level 80, so I probably don't need that much, but I mean, again, I like to pass things along to the next character, so that way they don't have to work super hard to try and get trade skill components. I would say it probably would take me maybe a couple more days to get Zionne. Probably would have been much faster, but there's a lot of times, there's very few days that I'm home by myself to where I can record, especially if I want lovely commentary to go with it, like I'm doing now. So that's kind of what slows things down. So probably in the times that I can't play Zionne because someone's home watching TV, I'll probably start working on another character. Probably get my video game time in, especially if I'm not going to be recording anything particular from it. Or, may not require commentary, such as when I play the Phoenix Wright trilogy on Gonna get that shiny that's up the hill. To my right. We have the name Tusker that's walking around, so we'll go ahead and fight him. Again, he won't update any quests, but that I can either use or and of course, getting that experience point, that's a good thing too. So. Okay, so from Purple Quill, I got this cowl. It's only for warlocks, wizards, so I can't use it. I might hand it off to my wizard that I have, see if she can use it. It's better than what she has. And then this charm, the Gleaming Light, also dropped from the Tusker, and it is actually. Combat skills is better than the Abysmal Slime. I'm only losing 1 point in the primary attributes of stamina. So I think I am going to go ahead and equip it, because it's better. As you can see, kind of behind me, there's these ruins. So that's where the Yaoi are that I'll need to fight to build faction for the Watch. So we're gonna go back and grab that ping and it's on the ground. So what kind of the struggle at the beginning is you get quests from both sides. So if you fight Bathacid, like the Outriders or anybody from the Watch, that gives you points, good positive points for obviously Rilis, but negative points for the Watch. So I like to kind of like balance things, where I start to kind of build up the points for the Watch, so I might avoid doing certain quests where I might kill Rilis, and vice versa. There's some where I have to kill those that would fall under Rilis to get points for the Watch. So again, it's like a balancing act. Unless you just literally just, you know, don't care and, you know, but I'd like to try and maximize as much as I can in an area. Actually, you build up factions in 4 different places. Start off with just that way. Alright, almost done with the stone beaks, it looks like. Grab this last one here. So I've been very careful to avoid these Outriders that kind of wander in this area. But I don't want to get negative points. Alright, so that finished up at least one of the city tasks that I had. So we made it to the lake ruins. We're going to go ahead and fight a couple of Yaelis. And what's nice is, as you fight a couple of them and get the faction for the Watch, I like to turn around and look at the Outriders to see if there's more So as you can see, just simply killing one of these, I'm not aggro with them, so I won't have to worry about them. Here. I did get an update for the city task, so we'll go ahead and just knock it out.
You make a nice splash.
Again, this also goes towards the lore and legend that I'm working on. There's going to be plenty of quests that also bring me down. Even if I
catch of the day. Make a nice feast for the hatchling.
And a couple more, and then maybe head back up. The remaining other creatures that I need.
The waves. You'll make a nice feast for the hatchling.
Halfway through.
The waves take me. Our first catch of the day. The waves take me. Make a nice feast for the hatch.
There's quite a few characters, players, that like to display their titles. I don't with Zionne. I don't do that. It's mostly in general itself. Items to my lore and legend. Only because it's kind of hard to like pick and choose like what title I want to use. You know, I know a lot of people like so as you can see, if I were to options here, you know, I can show off my last name. I can have a prefix title where it's demolishable to the other player. Suffix titles like Turian, Descendant, Hunter of Goblins, you know, natives, whatever. You know, so Zionne doesn't have a whole lot of titles, but like my main character has like a bunch. I don't know if
Our first catch of the day.
This gets kind of like a lot, you know, to read and look at. However, I have to say, you know,
Take me.
You know, it fits with
Our first catch of the day. The waves take me.
The most boring, like, player to watch and play video games with, because you know I don't try to purposely come up with like crazy names unlike some other players. It's almost like when you know go to check for what Wi-Fi is available. You see your neighbor's Wi-Fi, and it's like trying to funny come up with those hilarious names. Okay. We finished up the city task. We'll go ahead and head back up. I don't need any more stone beats. So I'm going to kind of head this direction. Looks like some scufflers and tuskers are available, so fight those. That's the hard thing is like stone beaks are like all over the place, but we really need these saber-tooth cats or the rhinos. Like, well, where do you one quest, the assistant that I picked up. So we'll go ahead and turn that in so that way I can kind of fight my way up there. Feel bad fighting the rhinos in this game. As you can see, the Relisian sentries are still aggro. So we're going to go ahead and turn in the quest, and this should give me enough faction points where they'll no longer be aggro. Which will be nice, makes things a little bit easier when walking around. Alright, and then she gives me a new quest called Bill's errand, where I have to go speak to the merchant that's in this little section. Again, that's the reason why the first quest gives you like 1,000 points. So then now they're no longer aggro. See the red. Their names don't have that red outline, and the watch is no longer aggro to me, so I can actually head this direction, which will allow me to start the first update for Newland's New Prophets quest, and then I can head up to the watch to pick up. I did this on my main character and didn't realize like the whole strategy to all the faction and stuff, and so I was literally trying to run up to this to kind of pick up the quest while trying to avoid like fighting these heroics, and I'm like, there's gotta be an easier way, and then I realized, oh wait, let me do this a different way. And since then, so much easier. Cause like, I would even fly to the flight master that's here and be like, cool, now I have to avoid all of these, you know, to avoid fighting, just to be able to get into the watch to get like the quests. As you can see, you know, there's quite a lot of quest givers here. Like I'm almost level 77. That's exciting. Definitely moving along. Heck, I might be able to get to 80 before I move on to Kunzar Jungle. Actually, I'm pretty certain I'll probably get to 80 while I'm still in the middle of the quest. Now, he gives kind of a repeatable quest, so I usually just pick it up the first time, but it's pretty simple. You have to find, like, NPCs that are throughout this section and talk to them. I mean, it gives you 500 points, you know, so it's, again, a repeatable quest. I would like to do it the first time around, but often I won't do any others unless I'm really hurting or wanting to like become revered with the watch. But there are other ways too. There's a repeatable trade skill quest that you can pick up. That kind of does the same thing, gets you the factions for the group, and then, you know, of course, gives you points towards trade skilling. So win-win there. Alright, so we've picked up all the quests that I can for now. I'm gonna go ahead and fly back to kind of the beginning. Fly to the Kylong post. Makes things simpler, because then again, in that same section that I was fighting with the rhinos and the stone beaks, you know, I'm again, there's more quests to be doing, you know, in that section, so it's kind of where your main fighting is going to be for like the first part of this section. Checking the email that I got in. As you can see, like I said before, they're no longer aggro, so I don't have to worry about them either. We're going to actually head up this direction first, because I have to get with this NPC here for an update. And then we can kind of head back around and get the remaining saber-tooth and tuskers that I need, as well as looking for the other outriders. So this is what I was talking about. So throughout this area, you'll see these Watch Vanguard, Hidden Watcher. If you click on them and talk to them, that updates. They will only appear if you have this quest, Watchful Eyes. So if you don't have the quest, you're not going to see them. They can be kind of hidden anywhere, like around rocks, near to different entrances to like the towns. So just kind of keeping an eye on them. Alright, by finishing up that city task, I got to level 77. So again, like, moving things along. It's nice. Alright, so I'm just gonna head over to where I have to turn in that one quest to the merchant that was over here. Start kind of heading this direction, picking up some new quests. Obviously I was able to finish the one city task, which was nice, so got that one taken care of.
Well met.
Greetings.
Well met.
Hello?
Hello.
Well met.
Well met.
Well met.
Right, so I picked up all the quests that I can at this little outpost. And as you could have seen before I came here, there was some Relisians that had quest arrows or quest icons. You know, again, if I fight them, I lose points with Rilis. And then I have to also fight, you know, in the watch, which would then lose points there too. So again, that's where that balance is, that you have to kind of pay attention to where your faction is. So I try to kind of keep those quests like towards the end to do, so that way I've made plenty of faction. Like I built up enough faction that it's not gonna harm me in any way, other than losing the points, of course. But like I don't have to worry about them being aggro to me or anything like that. Again, it's fighting in kind of general the same areas. It starts to kind of move into this for some of them. But I do need to fight a couple more saber-tooth cats. So we're kind of getting those knocked out. There's quite a few areas. Okay. Let's see here. So it looks like I got all the saber-toothed cats that I needed. Gonna not worry about turning in anything at the moment. So we're gonna kind of start to head into the swamp here. Now there's a couple of things that I'll need. Obviously not all my quests are selected, so it may not show some creatures that we have. Leave a lot of them, but I'm pretty sure, yeah. Pick the quest where I have to fight these like plant things, and then I think there's these mushrooms that are found here. One's on this tree log here. So I'll be needing those as well. Can't remember if I have something that I need to update for this Order of Rhyme camp. So I'm not going to worry about that for right now. We'll just kind of move through and fight the creatures that I need in the swamp. So the mushrooms usually are going to be like on tree logs or near like the swampy areas, like the little ponds and stuff. I also need these not firefly, but these little flies. In this instance, they're called dragon hawks. I also need to stick. So pretty much moving on to fighting the bugs in the swamp. This allows me to kind of head to the next thing that I need for a new land prompting quest. And then also these dragons or wyverns. I know there's this whole debate that the dragons in Skyrim aren't actually dragons if you consider they're more wyverns because the wings are and all they have feet. and then the wings. So I guess it just, depends. Don't need to fight these, so I try to avoid them as much as possible. So there's a lot of creatures in the swamp that I have to like fight for updates, on top of looking for the mushrooms. Shiny real quick. Oof. I hate whenever I come across something that goes to both, like the collection and the goblin earrings. I always like to choose like the main, and then like, well, I hope that maybe sometime I'll come across this again so I can actually add it to the other collection. I never do. So that way if I know I'm fighting in a particular section, I can just focus on that. Obviously, I've picked up quite a few quests, so, I mean, it can only show so many. So, I haven't fought any, again, this one, Favor of Zok, is the Kill of the Alley Fisherman. We're not even in that section, so I'm not going to worry about it. We're gonna go ahead and do the Scout Free Swamp. That would I have to find an enslaved Order of Rhyme. So I figured I had something like that, but I wasn't certain. This one's completed, so don't have to worry about it. That one's completed. I'm not gonna do anything with the Relician Advancers quite yet, or the Outriders. I've already completed that one. This one I don't quite need because I'm not really in the section where that quest is. Same with this one, the Crystal Gardeners. Fishy Magic. That I'll have selected because I can do that on my way back. There we go. So we've got at least the quest selected that I'm going to be mostly updating here in the swamp. So we'll go ahead and move on. That way I can kind of see the quest feathers. There's also treants in this area, so if, say, there were some characters that never finished the lore lesson, kind of grind through items. Funny though, no other quest requires me to fight the treants at all. Or the Crocs. So, I mean, obviously I can fight them if I want to, but some of it's not necessary. There's also a named plant thing, so I'll go ahead and fight him real quick. Try to get the named one wouldn't have updated that one. Again, you know, he always looks at that. Of course, trying to find it in my inventory is a little harder to do. There we go. Alright, just need 2 more of those mushrooms. I'm gonna kind of head back this direction so I can start heading towards the update that I need for New Lands, New Profits. Kind of keep an eye out for any other mushrooms on my way. Alright, so got that one taken care of, so we're gonna go ahead and uncheck that. So again, just focusing on the creatures I need for the quests that are currently not completed. It's also a named creature that flies around. I think it flies around. You can see it there, flying around. I'm not gonna worry about it because I don't want to head back that way just to fight it. I'm gonna kind of move forward. There is also a named treant somewhere. I can't remember if it's on this side of the swamp or if it's on the other side. Alright, so I've moved into the other section of the swamp. This kind of heads to two different outposts that I could fly to as well. We've got the eastern pens and then the other one's the western pens. Go ahead and pick up the quest from
Well met.
Keeper Zionne. I'm gonna uncheck it because I'm not gonna try and deal with that particular quest for right now. Not difficult, but you have to be careful because you have to like capture these froglets, and so you have to kind of. It's better when you don't have like your mercenary out or anything like that. They don't So like this is one of them. There's a couple, so we'll go ahead and select it. See how I fare. Usually I have to like spam the item, especially if I have my mercenary out like I do now. The other one that's up here. There's quite a few around. running out of froglets to find, and so I gotta like wait for them to respawn or whatever. Of course, it doesn't help if your mercenary accidentally kills one before you can capture it. Alright, so at least I got half of them. Looks like I should be able to get the rest of what I need. Well, this is the first. I actually am managing to get them without having to wait for like a respawn. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it in.
Hello.
That's really the only quest that you get from this side. I'm gonna go ahead and just fly over to the
Hello.
western pens, just to make things a little bit simpler. Since I'm on that section now, I can actually go ahead and select this quest and this one. Okay, so the two quests that I selected is to look for the Ixar pipes being recovered. So there's two caravans in this direction, and I think this is the one I want. Yep. So this is where the pikes are, and then see kind of in the distance those crystals. There's what looked like Sasquatch or those brutes that I fought earlier. That's where I get the humming crystals from. So we'll kind of get that knocked out as well since it's already here. Alright, so I got all the weapons, so we can go ahead and uncheck Blades of Steel. And we're going to head this direction to fight the brutes. This is the second camp. You'll need to come here to kill this Ixar. Not quite there yet, so don't have to worry about that for right now. It is a quest that you get from the Watch as you progress through their quest line. Another quest that I have to kill like 20 these guys like that. One quest only requires like a few of them. Get the quest out of the way. And then I have to do the update. Get the update real quick, and then I'll come back to fight more groups. It's right here. Alright, and that one, I just have to then head back to the person that gave me the quest in the first place. So we'll go ahead and uncheck it, because, you know, it's going to be probably some time before I head back to Terran's Grasp in Kylong Plains. I'm going to be doing a lot more fighting in this area. But I might head back because, again, this is going to be experience towards my adventure level that is, and then that will allow me to pick up like the next quest as well. There's also a few named brutes as well on. Finished up the quest Crystal Gardener, so I still have to fight at least 8 more brutes. Really hoping I could avoid fighting that one. Guess not. Okie dokie. So pretty much the last quest that I have is to slay any order line. That is back again on the other side. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and run out of the swamp. I was debating if I wanted to kind of fly out to where I needed to go, but I think I'm just gonna run just in case I happen to come across any more watchers that I need for the repeatable quest. Because there's usually one or two that might be hiding kind of in this area. I guess not this time. But this also allows me to start turning in quests as well.
Good hunt for you. Hello.
Well.
So that was for the quest, last minute reprieve, where I had to rescue. So near the towers, there's obviously cages. That's where I just click on them and rescue them. I'm gonna go ahead and fly to the watch. Turn in the quest there as well. probably about the time that I like to start working on the quest where I have to go, Outriders and the Relysian Advancers, so that way I can maybe towards the faction that do for the quest won't make much of a difference as far as pushing them back to where they can aggro me. Okay, picked up a few more quests. Just gonna kind of look through them. I'm gonna go ahead and fly to the Sathir's span post. I think that's gonna be kind of the best location. And uncheck. Maybe I'm watching eyes. So we're gonna go ahead and do Favor of the Dizak Fisherman, and then we'll go ahead and keep that one up where I have to do the Order of Rhyme. This one I have to go to Lake of Ill Omen to turn it in, so I'm not worried about that one. I'll probably go ahead and do the Advancers and the Outriders. Need Fishing Magic. And then we'll do this one because the Fragments of Vexar are actually where the Yali fishermen are. So it's going to be all in the same area, so I like to kind of like split up. And then we'll go ahead and do Skill Rotten Tour because I'll probably get updates from killing the fishermen. Make sure I'm heading the right direction. Gonna head down to where the fishermen are. Usually it's much easier flying to this location and then like just hugging the rocks while heading down to the ruins. That way I can also attack the Outriders as they luckily I only need a few of them. Well, this is nice. But again, not a whole lot. I think it's like all of the Advancers. And I can kind of keep an eye out too, because obviously I'm getting negative points towards the lock. So getting them out of the way now, coach out, fight the position and everything. Give me more power. Like there's a player also kind of roaming around in this area. Sorry, having an issue with my headset. Starting to get a little bit on the uncomfortable side. And gotta love when you wear glasses and wear a headset that covers your ears.
of the day. Our first catch of the day. The waves take me. Our first catch of the day. The waves take me. Our first catch of the day. The waves take me. You'll make a nice feast for the hatchlings. The waves take me. Our first catch of the day. The waves take me. You'll make a nice feast for the hatchling. The waves take. Our first catch of the day. The waves take me. Our first catch of the day. The waves take me. The waves take.
I always like getting spell books for my own characters, or you know, like obviously you get them. They're most times are for like other classes. Get one class.
Our first catch of the day. The waves take The waves take me. The waves take.
Alright, Alright, so I just need to find 2 more stone tablets. And unfortunately, obviously I have to find 4, which, I mean, not a bad thing, very significant.
You'll make a nice feast for the hatchlings.
Not sure how exactly, but